Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by MMA Veteran Giva Santana. Giva, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing good. Giva, it's been a little while since we've seen you fight. What have you been up to?
My last fight was in March in Bellator tournament, the first round, and I ended up losing. Yeah, that fight, I ended up hurting my ankle. My foot, I have a fracture in my foot, so I was like rehabbing. And in like 3 weeks, I started training again, and just waiting for the next call for the next fight.
You mentioned the fight in Bellator. It was against Bruno Santos. You lost by unanimous decision. What did you think about your performance in the fight?
I didn't like my performance at all because I had to play a lot of stuff, but it's one of those days that maybe the plan doesn't follow through. I was prepared for everything, but I guess he did a good job, like putting his strategy on, which was like keeping him just like pinning me against the fence. Not even taking me down, just pinning me down and keep work from there, and scored the point that he couldn't. And that was pretty much it, the fight. And then I should have trained for that too, should be ready for that, and I wasn't, and I think that's why I ended up losing.
Now, Giva, do you still have a contract with Bellator?
I do. I do. Well, technically, I don't know, because I signed up for one fight. The cement, they just put me in there. Cement. And I just need like one more win. It can be either undercard of Bellator or any other organization. So I'm just waiting. Like, I already talked to my manager, Jason House, and I'm just waiting what's coming up next. I'm just getting ready for my part, which is to be ready for any fight.
But Bellator... Oh, go ahead.
I have to help my teammates get ready for the chain, and all those guys will fight, and so we'll do.
But Bellator, they haven't told you what their plan is going to be? They haven't said anything to you?
They say I'm going to be at the next tournament, which is, I think, is August or so. But I need one fight before that. So either going to be on the other side on Bellator or any other organization, this organization, I don't know, something like that. They didn't like, as though that's really clear. I leave all those things on my manager, on his hand, so he can take care of me, and then whatever he says, what the fight's going to be, I'm just be ready for.
You were supposed to have a fight at Tachi Palace Fights 10 against David Loiseau. He got injured. You ended up fighting Doug Marshall. You defeated him. Do you still want that fight against David Loiseau?
I'm the kind of the guy that I choose to move forward, you know, and like people say, oh, you want to fight James Jar again because that was my first loss, and also kind of controversial. And I said, like, well, I move forward. If it's meant to be, it will be. And whatever's meant to, I'm going to fight any show that David Loiseau is in there. I would fight him. You know, anyone that it's on my division, I would fight him. But I don't keep like chasing fighters and stuff like that. I just get ready for any fight that's for my destiny. Any fight that I can make it, good show, and put up a good performance, I want to fight.
Is it a possibility that we could see you back with Tachi Palace?
Oh, yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Why not? You know, it was a good show, good organization. I had fun fighting there, so, yeah, why not? It's still be possible.
You mentioned the loss to Jamie Hara. What is the worst loss? Is it that one, or is it the one you just suffered in Bellator?
Loss is a loss, and it's hard, man. I don't like to deal with the loss, but I get a lot of lessons from there. You know, I try to learn what my mistake was, and it's different situations. With the James, I don't think I really lost that fight, but well, that's why they saw. Right, I think I performed really well. Yeah, with the Bruno, what's sad because I was in a tournament. You know, I want to advance in the tournament, maybe be a champ and try to fight for the title. You know, but I ended up losing. With the Jamie, I think it was like most like it was my first loss, so I was kind of like really upset. But I didn't think I did lose. You know, I think most was because like I didn't finish him, and they saw that way. Because until then, all my fights was I finished all my fights until James, and I couldn't finish him. And I guess they see why. That's the only reason I thought they think I lost that fight. You know, and with the Bruno, it says because it put me a step good coming out of 6 straight wins. So you just gotta move forward and learn. I learned a lot from Bruno's fight. A lot of mistakes little mistake that I did that I should like fight even better. You know, I could do better. Like work out with my corner, kind of like plan B, plan C, and then I think I insist on plan A, and then that's like cost me a loss. But it's part of the game.
In that fight against Jamie Hara, that was the first time you ever went to decision. Was that a factor in that fight because you had never went to a third round before?
I don't think it's no, because my very first fight was my decision, but was like a tournament, so I think it was 2 rounds only.
Right.
And that was the first time I went to the third round. And then yes, well, I had finished all those fights in the first round, so maybe I had to put my hand. But I kept fight though, even like mentally, it kind of got broke a little bit because like, oh, I couldn't finish this one. But I kept fighting. I think like everyone saw the fight. I kept fighting and I never give up. You know, I never like, turn down. Just keep fighting, keep kick him, cut him. Throw nice elbows on him. I was like, okay, if I can't finish, I'm gonna score some points. And I think I did more damage than I get out of the cage in the same way that I walk in, and he was like all cut and broken ribs and stuff, and they saw on his favor. So yeah, that was. It's like every time we train, I train for 3 rounds of depends. Like if I ever fight for for a title, I'm gonna train for 5 rounds. I always train for 3 rounds. I don't train for 1 round. But at the first time you go to the first round, it's kind of like I'm not gonna lie to you, kind of like change your mind a little bit. Like, oh, this one's kind of tough, but you're ready. Just your mind. You gotta be focused. I kept fighting. I definitely think I can remember really well. I kept fighting. I kept trying, and unfortunately, it wasn't enough according with the judges. So, but yeah, it was because I went to the third round, I guess.
Giva, we all know how you got your nickname, the Arm Collector. 13 out of your 17 wins have been by armbar. I'm sure you've been asked this 1,000 times, but are you going for the armbar? Is that your go-to submission, or does it just happen that way?
Well, I think I have a natural talent for that. My body adjusts during the fight accordingly to see those arms coming. But I know Toga Marshall was a rear naked choke. Another guy, Radich from Russia, was arm triangle. So, if I see the submission, but I think the way that the fight's going to, the way that it'll end up being on the fight, I see most opportunity on the arms. But in the 74, Jiu-Jitsu is so grateful, so many opportunities that you can fish the guy in all different ways. You have legs, you have foot, you have arm, neck, everything to make him tap. But I think I think I'm kind of gifted with that. My body kind of adjusts better with the armbar, and then of course every fight that I'm going to, if I see the arm right there, I'm gonna try. Even if you're baiting me or not, I'm gonna try the arm. You better bait me good, because I'm gonna try to pull your arm off. And if not work, I'm gonna go for other submissions and other positions that Jiu-Jitsu allows me to do.
I'm pretty sure your only TKO is against Loden Sincade. What was that like? How excited were you that you finally stopped somebody with punches?
Oh, that was a good fight. I prepared myself for the fight really well. I think I was like, I was always a while with the fighting, so I really did a good condition periodization training, and I was really well. Really like I trained really well for the fight, and there was some interesting in the fight. I got sick and week before, got the cold, the flu, but I knew I was training good, so I kind of lost my power a little bit. The speed that you train for to be like sharp, kind of lost that a little bit. That put me like a step behind a little, and we had some shoes with weight. He didn't make weight, came up heavy, and it was a good fight. I liked the fight a lot. We went 3 rounds, and I TKO'd him I think in the end of the 3rd round. Well, it was a good fight. I could show my strike a little bit, couldn't move around, even like being slow. 2nd round, I told my coach in the car, man, I can't breathe. I was like, hey, just keep fighting. And the same thing I did with the chain, So I just kept fighting, Like you keep I'm not kind of guy that's never gonna give up. Like, oh, okay, I can someone, but as I said before, you know, I'm not kind of like, I want to knock someone out because I have the same feeling with the submission. You know, I stop someone. You know, like someone like TKO someone or KO someone. It's a stoppage. You know, I mean, like the same as a submission. When I tap someone out, I stop them. You know, and I have the same feeling. You know, if it happened one day to throw a good punch and knock someone out cold, that's a good feeling. I want to feel that. You know, I want to know how different it is from a submission because I have a great feeling when I tap when I feel like someone giving the street taps, the refs and stop because he's done. You know, it's a great thing to do.
Giva, you're 40 now. Besides this injury that you just suffered in your last fight, you really haven't taken that much damage throughout your career. How good does your body feel right now?
My body feels good, but you know, I mean, like, you know, you have some things here and there. Doing like 20 years doing jiu-jitsu, you know, but the things on jiu-jitsu, it's not strikes, you know what I mean? Like when it hurts, it's like a brutal accident, you know, like sometimes it's all wrong. My arm on jiu-jitsu, like 2002, I think, you know, had a small knee surgery, pretty much that was I had on my entire career. But that's not that much damage on jiu-jitsu. I believe if I was a Muay Thai guy or a striker guy, I wouldn't be able to be fine until now because there's so many issues. Even now, training Muay Thai for my fight, you know, I got some anger, you know what I mean? Like you got beat up and you fire like a 2 days to recover from all those things because it's a tough sport, you know. And then I think it's because of my background jiu-jitsu, you know, how to go that far. Plus, I try to keep like a nice diet, you know what I mean? Like no bad habits. I never use any drugs and stuff like that. So I try to keep like my diet clean, you know, do good things, sleep well, you know, eat clean, and all those things help me, you know. And I'm gonna keep fighting until I feel like again, when I feel like my body's like, you can't hold that anymore, you know what I mean? I'm not putting up in a good performance, and then that's the time to stop. But so far, I'm feeling good.
Could we see you, you know, pull a Randy Couture and fight, you know, well into your 40s? Is that kind of your plan? Is that what you see yourself doing?
Again, please.
Oh, do you see yourself doing like maybe what Randy Couture did, you know, fighting, you know, 46, 47, 48, fighting well into your 40s? Do you see?
Not really. Because you know, the way that I'm going, I'm treating myself and doing everything. I feel my body is still okay, especially when I have a background that helps you, like, you know, if I was like it's sad to say about this one, like a Gary Rodriguez, you know what I mean? Like, gives you more time distraction, you know, right now I cannot fight anymore.
Right.
Not fighting, you know, fighting, I would need to go further, but, besides that, you know, like when there's a time to stop, I don't, like, want to go a little farther, but, you know, my thing is, like, on a certain point, have enough energy, too, to keep, like, training and help people get better, you know. I mean, I'm not just, like, being outside coaching, but, like, be rolling with them, be, like, you know, show them the experience that I have, you know. So I don't want to damage my body to the point that I won't be able to do that anymore. I want to keep rolling until like that. So, and I feel that's the point to stop or stop. No, I fight because I like to fight, you know. It's be challengeable, not challenge no one, challenge myself. And I really love to do that, you know. And I think I left a lot on my tank still. I still can't fight a lot. But, you know, then I hit a point and I say, okay, even now, like we had Ian, we had Shane on a UFC, and then there's those guys that, you know, need a lot of help. You know, and like jiu-jitsu-wise, coaching-wise, me and Carly work really well with those guys. But I know I'm gonna hit the point that I gotta choose. Either I'm gonna be coach or I'm gonna be fighting. You know, so I fought a lot already. So, you know, let's go with the time. Let's see how it's gonna be. I don't know, man. But then maybe, you know, who knows? If things work well for me, you know, if I then get it on UFC or something like that one day, you know, and you can put a good performance, I'll fight until I can.
Right. Giva, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you would like to thank, and is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
Oh, man, just appreciate, thank God at first for allowing me to do what I love to do, to let me follow, me find my passion, you know, to be involved with the fight, jiu-jitsu, and all those things. Thank God, thank my family, jiu-jitsu, Lotus Club, Team Oyama, Keiko Sport, being with me for like, man, almost 2 decades.
Giva, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it.
Mike, thank you so much, man. Anytime.
Yep.
And good luck on the show.
Yep. Thank you.